Yo, so I'm at a little job, a little bathroom refit. I've already done a couple of things. So they used to have a pull cord just up there, which I've taken down, and a centre light, which I've taken down, and I've relocated it. Luckily, the plasterboard wall went in my favour, so I've got a new switch there, which will become a dimmer later on. But for the moment, I've just put a switch on. So I've extended the three plate feed down the plasterboard wall into here. Inside there we've got the loop in, and it's the end of line actually. It's a 3-bed house, and the bathroom is the end of line, which is great. Loop in, then we've got a feed to a shaver socket, which I put in just as you can see back here. I've got one of those blanket cardboard boxes to stop the plasterers getting their muck in there. So there's a permanent feed to that, which I've not connected at the moment in the switch. And then here I've temporarily just put a light up because the bathroom fitters come in, and they've still got to do the rip out all the bath and all the units and stuff. But this is going to be a bathroom mirror with a demister in it and a light on it, one that you can like wave it on and off. So behind there, I'll post a picture if I can find it. Behind there, I normally sink in like a single fast fix box or a single galv box, because the connections on some bathroom lights can be like nothing, and then you've also got no space, and I tend to see people with just connect blocks or wagos, like not enclosed, and you don't need a tool normally. Some of these bathroom mirrors, you can just lift them off, and I've temporarily wired it with the switch, so it's on like that. And then there's a switch feed, which is going to be, I'm going to do plaster in LED profile trunking. So that switch feed isn't actually connected in yet. I've just connected in the mirror light feed for now and used it as a switch, but it will eventually just become a permanent supply to the mirror light, and they can turn it on locally. So this is my Plaster LED like profile trunking. I got this from Arc LED. I've got about 8 meters, because it's roughly about a 2 meter by 2 meter bathroom. As you can see, I've just put up roughly just to show the client. I don't want to cut any of it up. I've just done some wood batten which they had left over to like show them what it would look like ish. And obviously I ran out over here, but about 350 off the edge. I'm going to show you how I install it. And so that's what I'm going to do. I've measured 350 all the way around onto the back edge of the profile trunking. I'm going to take that down now, and I'm going to cut out with my multi-tool, and I'll put you on a time lapse. I'll just show you the other things that I've got, again from Arc LED. I've got 4 sets of tails, 2 meter tails, and that's to go in the corner of each one, because it won't bend round the trunking. They've advised to have 1 tail at each corner to do a length. So I've got 4 2 meter tails, and I've got a big driver to supply the 8 meters worth. I think it's something like 100 watts in total. It's quite a bright, and it's dotless as well. It's quite a bright LED tape I've gone for, but they've got a dimmer so they can dim it down if they want. Right, I've just cut out the first line. I've then jammed my tape measure into my first cut here. I measured back 30 mil and done the same that side and that side and that side and that side, and then got a square, squared it all up, and now I'll cut my second line, and hopefully my profile trunking should just sit in. Right, so you probably just saw me on a time lapse then, just cutting the LED plaster profile trunking out of the plasterboard, and I just knocked out that 30 mil all the way around, and now I've got a little offcut to show you. Now, hopefully, this is the profile trunking. Obviously, I've also got the foam with it. So when I put the plaster profile trunking in, I'll stick the foam in so the plaster can skim. And then when I come back, I probably won't come back for another month. It's going to be a while before this one is done. And I can just peel the foam out when it's done. and then it's fresh and clean and ready for me to lay the LED tape. Anyway, see what I mean? That goes in like that. I'll just put some screws up all the way along, preferably where the joists are. As you can see, there's joists and stuff. So I'll cut it all now, all my 45s, my 4 lengths, then screw it all up. But I will also do on the back edge of each corner, I shall cut out like a little square to allow for the LED tape to swoop in and go one way and go the other way. So on my 45, well, I'll show you anyway, and I'll drill a little hole into the ceiling and on each corner, so that you can get access when I come to second fix to swoop the LED tape in and just stick it in. Right, I've just got one more piece to cut. I thought I'd show you before I was finished. Basically, I'm mitering all the cuts so they sit nicer, in my opinion. So I'm using a hacksaw as well. There may be another way of doing it or a better way of doing it. This is just the way I'm doing it. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm just showing you my way, my method. I'm going to cut that as a 45. And then at the end of 2 of the joins, obviously I need 2 points where I need the LED tape to come in. So I've picked that point over here. So underneath the foam, if I show you, I'm going to cut a hole in a minute. I'll just see, just under there, just there. I cut back a bit of each length of profile trunking, and I'm going to drill a hole up in there so that one length is going to go in and this way, and then one length is in and that way. I'll leave that hole. And I'm going to do the same in the opposite corner over here. I've done one already. I just got to do this last section. Right, now that's complete. I've got a little 18mm hole just there. I'll pop that back in. So when I come to second fix, I can bring the LED tape one that way and one that way. And I'll get the 2-core and I'll just leave it. I'll leave a few meters in the loft. It'll probably be about a month before I come back to second fix. So I'll connect the tails of each LED tape back across to the driver position. And the same here, an 18mm hole. Put that back up in there. Now I've got it in opposite corners. And now I'm ready for the plasterer to do his thing. Right, so I'm just back at this second fix in this bathroom with the LED trunking. I've mounted the dual toothbrush charger. It looks really nice actually. Looks really nice. I love those taps. That's really cool. So yeah, fitted the dual toothbrush charger. That's gone in. Just going to hang the bathroom mirror. So I've installed one of these blue clip flow plugs. One on the, just makes it easier for installation and maintenance, removing them. And also a lot of the times there is no tool to access. You don't normally require a tool to get to these bathroom mirrors. And a lot of times I see them just in Wagos or connector blocks pushed behind. So something like this. I did have a single box mounted in the wall, but the plasterer knocked it out. So I've just done a big hole. So I've mounted a click flow plug on the end of this cable, which is just currently it's on a switch. Currently it's switched, but I'm going to make it mains when I access all these connections. When I permanent supply the toothbrush charger, when I connect up the switch for the LED profile trunking in the ceiling, I shall make it a mains to the bathroom mirror. But yeah, it's looking really nice. I've taken the foam out. Right. It's quite a big mirror, this one. It's got a light and demister pad on it. There we go. Hello! That is a really nice bathroom mirror. I don't know what the brand is, but it's got a demister on it and it's got like colour changing temperature light. But that's all in now. Now it's time to do the LED tape. Right, I'm just putting the LED tape into the trunking. As you can see, this is IP54, and I've got 4 separate runs as advised by Arc LED. I'm just putting the first one in. I've got one section here with a hole in the corner, another section coming this way, a hole in the corner. So I've done opposite corners, and then the same on this side. There's going to be a section of LED tape there, and the tails go in the loft, and the same over there, and the tails go in the loft, and I'll connect them all together in parallel. It's not like constant current drivers, but they've got to be wired in series. These can be done in parallel. So straightforward enough, just to press the tape in. It should be dotless LED, 24 volt tape. It should be seamless when it comes on all the way around. So that's all the LED tape now in the trunking. You can see all the way around. So the lid is all in. I've mitered all the corners in as well, so I've done all 45-degree joins. I've left the paint was flaking as I was banging the diffuser on. So what I've done is I've left the plastic on the lid. You know, this bit here. I've left it on so that the client can touch up the paint where it's chipped away a bit, and then they can peel off that themselves. Right, so I've connected up one end of the LED tape in the far corner of the bathroom and ran a 2-core cable round to this Wager box here, and in this Wager box is the other 2 strips of LED tape, the other corner in there, along with the load side of the driver. This is the driver I'm using from Arc LED. I think it was 150 something watt. Yeah, 150 watts. So it's a common gripe I have with people when they use drivers is that they buy the exact size driver for the exact size tape, and that means that when you turn the power on, the driver is working at maximum capacity. So if you ever get stuff like this, always get one bigger or the next one up to allow for that room, so it's not working at full capacity the whole time, every time it's turned on. So I think we've got something like 110 watts, I think, of LED tape. So 150 driver. This is my switch line feed. It's all fixed. Switch line feed from the switch. Here's into the driver, mains into the driver, and then the output to the 2 ends of the LED tape. So I'm going to fix them down. Fix the driver down. And then we'll go downstairs and connect up the light switch. Right, just turn the power back on. So this is, I've got a Hamilton dimmer going on. And so I've got all the CPCs at the back, all the neutrals at the back. I've got a mains feed in. I've got a mains feed to the shaver supply. The toothbrush charger. I've got a mains feed to the mirror supply. So hopefully the mirror, whee! There you are, should work. Lovely. I like that. And then the last thing is the LED tape. So hopefully, if I flick this on, lovely. And then if I turn it up, oh, that looks lush. You can just see the plastic film, which I haven't peeled off yet because I think it's better if the client touches up some of the paintwork that chipped off when I was banging on the diffuser. That looks really, really nice. It's dimming really nice as well. That's a really nice dim. That was ARC LED, dotless, warm white, 24-volt LED tape, and their plaster in profile trunking. And I used a Hamilton dimmer. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. That looks really nice. Right, screw that back, finish tidying up, then we'll be gone.